Ger.
Do this.
How you doing? How are you keeping?
Good, thanks.
Fine, Ger. You get the good chair over there, Ger.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
So, how are you feeling today?
Nervous?
Nervous, yeah. No, my first time ever. No, I'm joking. I was going to say to you, how do you feel about stopping smoking today?
I'm looking forward to it because I was off them
Yeah.
and went back on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm chesty now again. So I want my health to be good.
Your body's sort of telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? People go, a cough, but they don't really understand what that is. It's, you know, your body is actually telling there's something wrong.
Yeah, I gave them up 2 years ago because of my chest infection.
Oh, okay.
And I've ground up to the beginning of this month, and then things snowballed, and I'm kind of back where I was.
Why don't you just stop putting them in your mouth? Like?
Yeah, it's easier said than done.
Huh?
I've tried, but
But like if you ate a cheese sandwich, you didn't like that cheese, you wouldn't put it in again, would you?
no,
But
I wouldn't. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
No, not this hard. What I'm trying to say to you is that this is a very, very deep thing, isn't it? Like you probably are convinced it's a dirty, deep-ridden habit that you can't break.
Yes.
And you're right, but there is a bit more to it than that, Ger.
Okay.
And I will explain that to you as we go on, okay?
Okay.
Is that fair enough? So, Ger, tell you what we do. We're going to get the paperwork out of the way.
Right.
Is that fair enough? And then we
Yeah.
have a really, really good chat.
Okay.
So, Ger, would you do me a favour? Would you just fill in that top block there, just there, from there to there, that's all.
No
okay?
problem.
That'll be so. While you're doing that, I'm just going to talk to the people in the room. Fair enough?
Perfect.
So, a couple of things happened here, okay? Number one, I shook her hand. That tells me straight away, are we open or closed? Yeah? And she's open. So nice, sincere handshake. Sometimes you get this one, as if your hand was covered in dog food. They're like, yeah. It doesn't matter to me what way you get it, because now I know from that moment what way to start the session off. Yeah. Does that make sense? It gives me my first indication of what way I need to treat this person. I asked her. Yeah, that tells me distrust, not happy, not relaxed, fearful. It tells me all these negative things. A good handshake tells me this person is feeling comfortable in they're feeling, they're comfortable in their own skin. Does that make sense? They're secure in it. They want to stop. The first question I asked every smoker, so how do you feel about stopping smoking? And listen to the very first thing they say back, because they're telling you everything now. And she said the right thing. She said, I'm looking forward to it. Now, if she said, please God, I'd be saying he has nothing to do with it. And that's true, he doesn't have anything to do with it. But if she's saying, please God, what's she telling me? There's a chance of failure here. Yeah? So you see, the mindset is completely different. The language will tell you everything. Now, if she says to me, well, please God, hope so, I say, no, he's nothing to do with this. It's your decision to stop, no one else's. Yeah? So, don't be too nice. Don't make friends. Talk about friendly things. But if you start talking about the football last weekend for 20 minutes, you've lost 20 minutes of helping this woman. Okay? So, keep to the script. Stay focused on what you want to achieve. Fair enough?
Okay.
Thank you very much. The other reason I asked you to do that is simple. You will meet all personalities coming into your room. You meet lovely people, you meet people that think you're whatever, and they'll super confident, they'll try to control you. And it's a game, it's always a game, it's a subconscious game. Yeah? And when you understand it's a game, you'll always win it. Okay? But they don't know it's a game, they just do what they normally do. It's protection, everything we do is protection. It's the Bible. Okay? So the reason I've done that is that when Ger is filling that out, it gives me time to assess it. Because I can sit back now and go, I can look, is her fingernails, are they bitten to the butt? Which tells me she's anxious, there's insecurities in there, it's telling me everything. I don't look at everyone's Annabelle, okay? But it tells me everything I want to know. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? So if her fingernails are down to the butt, there's anxiety in there, there's insecurity, which contributes to why she's smoking. That make sense? Okay. The other side of it is that now she's written it, all the details are right. The phone number's right, the email address is right, the address is right. If I write it, I might mess it up. I might put the wrong digit with the phone number. I might get the email address slightly wrong. Now, this man here will tell you, this is a business. You need email addresses. You won't sell any better to the people you already have than new people. You get them in, but the people you already have is who you should be selling to. So you need the contact details. So once I get them back, I say thanks for that, Ger, and I'm quite nice about it. I'm quite friendly, but I am ready to put you I'll take control away from you like that if I need to, but in the meantime, I'm going to be nice. Yes. Okay. Lovely stuff. Thanks, Jared. Now I'm going to have a quick look. I'm going to see what she works at. Okay. And I'm going to look and go, has she been hypnotized before? And I say, oh, lovely stuff. Tell us about that. Was that a good? Now I'm going to make my job easy again. I'm going to give her a chance to tell me. Was that a good or a bad experience for you?
Oh, good experience.
Was it?
Very good
he
experience.
He must have been good, was he?
Oh, he was brilliant.
Yeah, well, no, okay.
Have you got a halo yet?
Okay, because a lot of times you might get, no, it didn't work, or I wasn't hypnotized. You might get that, which is great, because now you've got a chance to explain why that might happen. So let's pretend you had a bad experience. Say you went for stop smoking and you come out and you kept smoking.
Yeah.
Let's say Jerry just says that to me. I said, that's interesting. Have you ever given up before, Jerry?
Yes.
By yourself?
Yes, always by myself.
And how long would you have lasted?
Once 5 years, and then I went back, and then it was 12 months, 3 months, 6 months.
She just told me she was not committed when she went to the hypnotist, but she was when she stopped for 5 years. Okay, so when you stopped for 5 years, you were really, really ready and committed, weren't you?
It was all around the time I had my 3 kids.
Okay. Were you that committed when you went to see the hypnotist?
Probably not.
Okay. Were you hypnotized?
Is this a bad experience or no?
Okay. So I found out what the possible issue was, and I've highlighted it because I wanted to know. Yeah? I said, well, the good news is hypnosis works every time it's done properly and every time you accept it properly.
Okay.
But there's one big thing you need to be here today is committed to this. 100% sure. Because if you're not, it's a waste of time. See? I am making my job easy. I'm not taking it personally, and it's not up to me to stop her. I say it's not up to me to help her, but it's not up to me to make the decision to stop for her. Okay? That's right.
That's perfect.
So now I'm going to go through medical history, just general questions. Okay? And I'll say, and you can have fun with people. And you know with a handshake which people you have fun with and which ones are a bit more serious. So I'm going through the medical history. I say, look, these are simple, just general. I ask everybody the same question. Okay. Just to put our mind at rest. And I go, Jack, listen, have you ever been treated for emotional problems?
No.
No. That's. Some people might say, yeah, went for counselling, whatever.
Oh, hang on, sorry. I went to a counsellor for post-traumatic stress.
Okay. How'd that go for you?
Very emotional. Very emotional, and I didn't go back.
Yeah. Many sessions would you have for?
One.
Okay. And I've not said anything. She knows what I'm talking about. Understand? That makes sense? Okay. That's it. Okay. And have you ever suffered with like a prolonged illness during life?
No.
No. Good. Ever had heart problems?
No.
Broken hearts?
No.
Oh, good job. Love to tell us the truth. But you can have fun with people. Don't take it. Be serious, but be nice and serious, but serious. I know what I want from this, and it's all I want. But I'm guiding around the whole thing to get there, to make it as comfortable for you as I can, Joe. Fair enough. And tell us, are you on medication at the moment for anything there?
Just vitamins and
vitamins.
Things, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh, inhaler.
Inhaler.
You have an inhaler.
I have, yeah.
And you smoke?
I'm back smoking. I wasn't when
I
got them. Yeah.
At this moment, you're 20 a day smoking.
And
you smoke?
Yeah, I'm on 2 inhalers.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Really? Like?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Here's me playing, okay?
No, I know what you're saying.
And when I start highlighting my shock at this, it really hurts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm going, geez, I can't get my head around that. So you're taking in poison and nicotine this side.
And then I'm taking my inhaler just to get my breath back.
Isn't it? That's really incredible when you think about it. See what I'm doing with you?
Yes.
Good. And what I'm doing, I'm smiling when I'm saying it. I see, I'm not there lecturing you over it. You shouldn't do that, Jerry.
Yeah,
you know that?
yeah.
Because I'll put her back up. So I'm just conversation. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. So I'm just trying to get my head around that. Sorry. See? You can try to lecture people or you can use natural ability. So, how many do you smoke a day?
I went back with 1 or 2 at the beginning, but I'm 20, back in 20
Somebody says to me 20 a day. You know what I do? I go. Jeez, that's a lot, isn't it?
But it is.
Constantly pushing pain in. Dum. Little nudges. But I know you're feeling this. Okay, and who is your doctor?
No, Stephen Roach or
Oh, you don't have to tell us.
Eilish,
Any,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Now, again, for this purpose, you are a 20-a-day smoker, so,
Okay.
and you've always been smoking. So, tell me, Jerry, how many cigarettes would you smoke a day on an average day?
20.
20.
And if I went out, probably more.
Where, do you know what amazes me? Where do you get the time to do that 20 times a day?
I make time.
You make time. Okay, so 20 a day.
And when I have my breaks, I usually probably put in 2.
2, yeah. So you have 2. And many goals of the inhaler would you have?
Probably 2.
Yeah, that makes sense actually, doesn't it? Okay. And tell us, what age were you when you started smoking, Ger?
19.
19. And do you mind me asking you how many years ago was that?
A long time ago. I'm 53 now.
53. So what's that? Quick? 33? 34. Is it? Yeah. 34 years. Okay. So 34 years. Fantastic. And when you're smoking a cigarette normally, Ger, how long would it take you?
To smoke a cigarette?
Yeah. Say you're sitting at home. Like
I never thought about it.
Roughly.
Probably about 2-3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. So you'd be quite quick.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at work you could be short. Yeah, but
you get 2 in that time then because you have to get something to drink. And
say you were sitting out in the back garden, sunny day, and you lit one up. On average, how long would it take?
I don't know, to be honest.
The average is 5, is it?
5 minutes, would it?
5 minutes, yeah. 5 minutes. It is sort of the average. We'll tell you what. We'll say 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair enough. So it's the average.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to say to you is, you are convinced that this is a bad habit that you can't break.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's more to it than that.
Okay.
Okay. Would you believe there's a science to smoke?
A science.
Behind why people smoke. Would you believe that?
I never gave it any thought.
Okay, good, because this is going to be good. Okay, so 90-odd% of people start smoking in their teenagers. Okay, in a group scenario, dear. Did that happen to you?
Actually, what happened to me?
Which?
What happened to me was I used to hold it over my brothers that they smoked, and if they didn't do what I said, I'd tell Mum.
Yeah.
So, so it backfired. Went out one day, and my brother Gerald said to me, "Do you smoke, Gerald? Do you ever try it?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Would you like to try it?" And I said, "No, they're disgusting. No way." And he said, "Go on, just try one." And I smoked one until I got sick.
Okay.
And I got, I'm never going to smoke any of those again. I took up the smoking, and he gave them up.
Right. And when you started...
But what he said to me was, "Now you can't tell Mum anymore, you've smoked yourself."
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, when you'd say after that, did you, like in school or with friends, did you, in group scenarios, we tend to smoke. Would that be?
I never did until after I finished school, because I was 19, I was finished school.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And I said it was my family first I started smoking it. And then after that, my friends and gone out.
The science is, okay, that 90% of smokers will start in a group scenario in their teenage years. Okay? And there's a reason for it. Okay? I used to smoke. Okay?
Okay.
And when I lived in Dublin, so I remember the gang I was in, I didn't have much to offer. That's my perception of the gang I hung around with. There was the funny fella, there was the brave fella, there was the scary fella, then there was me, the quiet fella. So I never felt really I had much to contribute to that. But the day I was offered a cigarette and I took it, something massive happened. I can still remember the feeling. It was huge, because for the first time in my life I felt accepted properly in a group. Because we all now had a common bond. We all smoked. So there was the judgment changed. Everything changed for me. I was as good as everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And every day I did it, that feeling reinforced itself. But the problem with it was, it didn't take too long before that feeling got so strong that I could not see my life any way other than smoking. My life would be ridiculously bad without them, but fantastic with them. And that's what stops people from stopping smoking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You ever been Jerry and you might go, "Look, I need to stop, but no, there's a wedding coming up in 3 months.
Yes.
I won't enjoy it."
I've convinced myself loads of times. Yeah.
So in every smoker's mind, there is two false beliefs here. The first one is, my life will not be the same without one, and I feel better after one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've often said that. Yeah, I must go out and get a cigarette because I'm stressed and I'll feel better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way. Now, when I'm talking about that, it sounds okay. It's interesting, but if you looked in your packet on a Friday night and it was empty, how would you feel?
Oh, I'd have to go to the shop to make sure there was one there for the morning.
Okay. And if if you thought you couldn't get any, how would you feel?
Oh, anxious, completely anxious, like I am right now.
Anxious. See? So, if the subconscious mind doesn't have them, it then starts to panic because now the subconscious is saying, well, our life is not the same. We're feeling insecure now. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, think about this. Could you go all night without food in the house?
Yeah.
Could you go all night without heating?
Yes.
Could you go all night without medication?
Yeah.
Could you go all night without cigarettes in your pocket?
No.
So can you see the massive trap?
Yeah. And they would be the first things you put in your bag in the morning before the keys to the car and thing. It'd have to be in my purse.
Yeah. Okay. So when I talk about the science of smoking, it is interesting, isn't it? Well, let me prove it to you.
Okay.
Is that fair enough? Actually, calculator, please. Because when you see this, Jer, it just really shows you the trap you're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so anxious now.
Thank you. So, this is what I do every day in the clinic, because you've got to let them know what's happening. You know, because every smoker just thinks, they don't think about all the ones before, all the ones up front, they only think about the one right now. Yeah. But the truth of this is, Jer, 20 cigarettes a day per year is 7,300 times, how many years did we say? 34? Times 34 years. So the two false beliefs. Sorry. That's it. Sorry. Jesus. 7,000 times 34. Yeah. Sorry. So the two false beliefs that your life won't be the same without a cigarette has caused you to smoke 248,000 cigarettes so far. 248,000 cigarettes so far.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
I know, I'm looking at it.
That's
crazy.
Your false beliefs coming into play, okay? Let's write this down for a second. And you really should know this, you see. Okay. Now, we said it takes 4 minutes to smoke it. So now we're at 0.9 of a million minutes of your life so far has been used to smoke. Okay? You have to say a million minutes. Okay? Now, if you divide that by 60 minutes in an hour, you've now got 16,546 hours of your life so far you've been smoking. And if you divide that by 12 hours in a day, you've now got, Jesus. And again, I throw that in just to, oh, that's big. That's one of the biggest I've seen in a while. Well, it is. No, it actually is. I'm not joking here. So you spent 1,378 days, 12 hours a day, smoking cigarettes every 4 minutes.
Crazy.
Which is 3.7 years. Now, let's get this into context.
A full 3.7 years I've been smoking constant, we'll say.
Look, think about it. Imagine getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and lighting a cigarette, and then 4 minutes past another one, then 8 minutes past another one, 12 minutes past another one, till 8 o'clock that night for 3.7 years. That is what you've done so far.
I don't know what to say. It just feels terrible.
You do? So, do you see the two false beliefs? The science of smoking. Do you see it? What do you feel like now when you think about that?
Sick.
Yeah. And don't take this the wrong way again. Don't take this the wrong way, right? I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to show you the problem.
Yeah. I feel emotional.
And if I didn't show you this, I wouldn't be doing my job. Okay.
Yeah.
The second false belief in your life and mind is that you think you get something from them, and you do. Okay. Do you remember the first few cigarettes you would have smoked, Jer? You would have felt probably sick and dizzy. Oh, you actually got sick.
Yes.
Yeah. But you kept going, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
And then maybe after 7 days, 14 days, you got to a point where you could smoke from start to finish without feeling sick. And that was the day you became a smoker, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what had to happen for you to do that?
What was that?
Okay. If you were being chased down the street by a wild dog and he bit your leg and you had a hole taken out of the back, would you stop or keep running?
I'm going to try to keep running if the dog was still around.
Well, he's chasing you. Would you stop or keep running?
Keep running.
Of course you would. Your survival mind would make you run, wouldn't it? Has to. Fight or flight.
Yeah.
You'd run through a glass window to get away
Yeah.
from it. Okay. Okay. So what happened to you was your subconscious mind was there going, Jesus Christ, Jer is poisonous every day here. I mean, we're going into chaos. She's putting petrol in here, benzene, nail varnish remover, rat poison, cyanide. There's only a few, by the way. But she's putting all these into the system, but she must need to do it. See, there's no logic in the subconscious. Remember that? There's no logic. It doesn't know what you're doing is bad. So what it says is, okay, in order to help Jer get through this, the next time she smokes, we've got to release endorphins. So we mask up the sick feeling and the poison. And that is the hit a smoker gets from smoking. It's that endorphins.
Okay.
So now let's get this right. You have smoked 248,000 years, 248,000 cigarettes, sorry. You have smoked nearly 1 million minutes, 3.7 years of your life, 12 hours a day, every 4 minutes lighting a cigarette. Why? Because you have to hurt your body so much to release endorphins to get the benefit. That's why you've done it. How does that feel?
Crazy.
It is bonkers, really.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. So let me show you this. What do you hate about smoking, Jerry? Like, why did you come to stop smoking? What do you hate about it?
I hate the taste.
You hate the taste? Okay, just hang on a second. Taste. Yep.
I hate that I get chest infections.
That's something I'd be concerned about, yeah, chest infections. Okay.
I suppose I hate the hold they have over me because they have to be the first thing to go in to my bag.
Well, the numbers. They're the first thing every time for everything. The wedding, the holidays, the cup of tea. It's the first choice for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, because of two false beliefs, by the way. Okay, what else?
Yeah, the smell in the house.
Huh?
The smell in my house.
Yeah. Do you smoke in the house?
I do.
Okay. Nothing else?
I suppose the kids, as I said there, the kids be given out.
Yeah, well,
And
would you?
No.
Nothing else? Time that you've lost?
I don't want to think about it.
They reckon it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert. So you could have been an expert nearly 1.5 times over on something. 10,000 hours, I reckon, takes to become an expert in something, golf or snooker or whatever. Doesn't it? That's what they reckon. Then natural talent will help. But you could have become a professor. You could have become a top sports person in the world. But all the hours you've invested in smoking, if you had to invest in them in something else. Yeah, incredible, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
What else do you hate about smoking?
I can't think of anything else just now.
Okay, will I help you?
Do please.
Stand in the rain?
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Okay, rain. How about the money you've spent so far? Like, I won't calculate money for you. You know why? You can rob a bank and get it back.
Okay.
You won't get that back. Okay? So,
money, yeah.
Money. You haven't mentioned health, really. You've had chest infection, but you've never mentioned health.
Well, that's what I meant about my chest infection.
Okay. Nothing else? Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of years.
Oh yeah, I don't look at any of those things.
You don't think that way?
Well, I don't want to think that way. All smokers switch over.
No, everyone does, not just smokers.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've got people saying it to me, do you look at those ads? I go, no.
Okay, do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yes, please.
Okay. Human beings are born with a characteristic called optimism. Now, not the optimism you think in Ireland. It's a different optimism. It's an optimism of survival. Because without it, we would have given up centuries ago. Yeah? But think of it another way. Imagine in the Irish Sea right now, there's 10,000 mackerel swimming along. Do you think one of them thinks they're going to die today?
No.
No. Will they?
Some will.
Yeah. You're going to have a load of seals behind them going, stop. Because
fishermen.
all the mackerel swimming are going, won't be me, it'll be them. Or, it's going to be them.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset of a smoker. You think it's going to be someone else. Do you watch the ad, Jerry Collins?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you look at the pictures in the packet?
No.
Why?
Because I don't like the look of them.
If you
I don't want to see it.
bought a cup of tea in a shop and it said, be careful, there's some poison in this, would you drink it?
No.
Okay. So, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, again, I'm here to help you, you know that?
Yeah.
So let's look at the reality of what is happening here. 248,000 cigarettes, nearly 1 million minutes, 16,000 hours, 1,300 days, 3.7 years because you hate the taste. They give you chest infections. Control they have over you hate it, the smell and the taste. The kids, they're disgusted with mum smoking and maybe passing away younger than she should. You hate standing in the rain. The money you've wasted and you're damaging your health. It's a good deal, isn't it? What do you like about smoking?
After all that, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction, okay?
Okay.
Go on, think about what you get from smoking. Don't say it yet.
What I get from smoking?
Yeah, why?
Well,
look, you've told me what you hate. You've told me how painful they are, the control they take away, the damage to your health. What do you like?
I feel they relax me.
Relax. It's the only thing they can say at that stage. Now I'm going to go back and sicken you completely. You know why? Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? So you have to take in 4,000 chemicals to send your heart through the roof, your body into chaos. So your body has to go into so much pain that it releases endorphins to relax you, Jer. So that's what you're saying. But that's like getting a knife and going, boom, doing that, putting cream on it, the plaster, and then a week later going, ah. The damage you're doing to yourself physically to get a small bit of relief, it's not worth it, is it?
No.
How do you feel about stopping today?
After all that, I
Do you really want to stop
want
today, right
I
now?
do, yes.
Okay, we might do that, will we? Would you like that?
Please.
Genuinely.
Please.
Please. And that's what I'm talking about intakes. If you get them right, you know what you're talking about, this is the result. Sarah's begging me to stop her smoking. Not, oh, yeah, I hope it works. And she's not in that mindset anymore. She's saying, please help me. And that's how you work with people. That make sense? Do you want to be set free?
Please.
Okay. Do you need the toilet? No. Fantastic. You give a round of applause because I'll tell you one thing. Okay, that's the worst bit. Well, it's not actually. Sorry. What I was going to say to you is, believe it or not, it takes massive, massive courage to sit here and do this. And even I've had people that didn't smoke, but by going through the same process, they're in pits, they're in pain, even though they've never smoked. Why? Why do you think? Because them processing the information brings them into the reality, and they feel the pain. Yeah. So, at this stage, my work is done. Trust me. Do you think she's going to fight me in hypnosis? No. People in pain work with you like that. So if you create the pain before the session, they'll work with you. Don't be nice to your client, don't be offensive, but be bloody direct in what you want to achieve. Yeah? Do you think I've been mean to Jar?
No.
Okay. Good, because I haven't. I've done my best. I've worked all this out in my own mind to help her many years ago to come up with this. You understand? That's what I do. I find easy ways to achieve things for myself. I don't like failing. It's something I could get rid of, but I don't want to get rid of it.
Stirring up the emotion in Geraldine as well, the whole time.
Gerald was in hypnosis, believe it or not, for probably half of that. The realization, when she got the realization of what she's actually doing, she went into trance. Do you notice that now? Why? Because when we get emotional, we go back into our subconscious. Because where do the emotions come from? So, where do emotions come from?
Subconscious.
So when we're emotional, where do we go?
Subconscious.
Got your tech guy, which is
Huh?
got your tech guy.
Yeah.
You have me crying.
Yeah. Thank you.
Me too.
But this is how you help people, trust me, this is how you do it. And when you're doing your case studies, if you don't do something like this, if you become friends with them and don't take control,
So
they'll
basically
fight
what
you.
you're doing is you're stripping all the layers away to get to the bare bones.
I'm getting down to the fact. The fact is, you're doing all that because
Sorry,
you hate them.
how much money was spent on the